They said it would never happen. They said the giant of the north would bark, threaten, sanction, but never bite. For years, analysts repeated the same sentence. An invasion would be too costly, too risky, too destabilizing. But history has a habit of laughing at certainty. So let's imagine a different morning. No explosions, no sirens, just silence. Phones refresh, screens light up. One headline spreads faster than fear. Unconfirmed reports of U.S. military activity near Venezuelan airspace. No confirmation, no denial, because in modern warfare, confusion comes first. This is not a prediction. This is not a claim. This is a what-if scenario built from real power struggles, real economic motives, and decades of unfinished conflict. This is a story of what could happen if the eagle finally decided that barking was no longer enough. Venezuela is not cursed by poverty. It is cursed by abundance. Beneath its land lies more oil than any other country on Earth, an estimated 300 billion barrels of black gold, enough to power empires, enough to start wars. History shows a strange pattern. Countries rich in resources often suffer the most. Foreign interest arrives disguised as partnership. Control follows disguised as stability. In the 1950s, Venezuela was a success story. Caracas rivaled Miami. Oil money built highways, schools, and a growing middle class. But prosperity attracted politics. The socialist revolution promised dignity and independence, freedom from foreign control. Instead, it delivered isolation. Borders tightened, markets collapsed, production slowed. Then came hyperinflation, so extreme that wages became meaningless overnight. People didn't protest, they fled, by the millions. Yet through the collapse, one thing remained untouched: power. And power rarely steps aside willingly. As the economy suffocated, Washington tightened sanctions. The logic was simple: pressure the regime until it cracks from within. But pressure creates desperation, and desperation seeks allies. Russia arrived quietly. Military advisors, intelligence cooperation, arms maintenance. China followed. Loans, infrastructure projects, digital surveillance systems. On paper, it was economic survival. To Washington, it looked like encirclement. A hostile regime, strategic resources, and foreign rivals setting foot in America's backyard. Geography matters. A Russian-aligned state less than 1,300 miles from Florida is not symbolic, it's strategic. Then came the accusations. Drug trafficking networks, money laundering routes, a state surviving not through legitimacy, but through shadow economies. The United States escalated its language, then its legal pressure, then the bounty. $15 million for information leading to the arrest of Venezuela's president. At that moment, the conflict stopped being ideological. It became personal. If conflict erupted, it wouldn't start with invasion fleets. Modern wars begin invisibly. Sanctions weaken institutions. Cyber intrusions test infrastructure. Information warfare fractures loyalty. In this speculative timeline, Venezuela's electrical grid becomes unreliable. Communications drop unexpectedly. Military command chains quietly fracture. Not through bombs, but through uncertainty. At the same time, unfamiliar security contractors appear. Officially, they are there to protect assets. Unofficially, they map terrain, monitor movements, and identify pressure points. This is the shadow phase, where nothing looks like war, yet everything prepares for it. Because in the 21st century, collapse is cheaper than conquest. If the eagle ever moved, it wouldn't announce itself. It would turn off the country. In this scenario, a coordinated cyber operation disables key electrical nodes. Darkness spreads across major cities. Radar systems falter. Air defenses lose synchronization. Command centers struggle to communicate. High above, stealth platforms move freely. No mass bombings, no carpet strikes, just precision. Elite militias trained for street control suddenly face an enemy they can't see, hear, or reach. This is not a war of soldiers versus soldiers. It is technology versus infrastructure. And infrastructure always loses first. The moment satellite images leak, the world reacts. Russia calls it a violation of sovereignty. China demands immediate withdrawal and emergency UN sessions. Oil markets panic. Prices spike within hours. Shipping insurance costs surge. Global inflation trembles. Latin America watches nervously. Europe debates consequences. Asia recalculates alliances. Inside the United States, society splits. Some call it liberation. Others call it imperialism reborn. And Venezuelans face the cruelest irony of all. Freedom might arrive, wrapped in instability. This story isn't about villains and heroes. It's about gravity. Power attracts pressure. Weakness invites intervention. Resources create temptation. Venezuela's tragedy isn't just leadership failure. It's what happens when a nation owns something the world refuses to ignore and lacks the strength to defend it. In this imagined ending, the jaguar sits wounded, not defeated. The eagle stands victorious, but questioned. And the world learns, once again, that in geopolitics, morality is negotiable. Only interests are permanent. So ask yourself, if this scenario ever becomes reality, will history remember it as salvation or just another moment when strength decided truth? The debate is open, and the future is watching.